Okay, so it's been a while, like way too long. I'm very sorry that I have not been here for a while, and I'm gonna explain to you in very few words why this has been. But first things first, I want to just basically just get one specific thing out of the way before I do literally anything else. This is a reminder that this will be the only time I really bring up personalized information about myself. Like getting into any sort of nitty-gritty, anything like that. This is the only time I will do so. Any requests for me to talk about stuff such as this in the future, or anytime I do this in the future, it will not be a concurrent thing. This is not something you can request. That's boundary number one. That's boundary number one. So, like, if I hear anything about it anywhere, even within comments, I won't. Not unless something literally too big for me to keep inside, you know, like an emergency happens, I will not talk about this further, okay? Good? Good. Alright. Now that I've gotten that disclaimer out of the way, there are a few updates to my boundaries that I would like to settle down with. I suppose Okay, I had to recheck YouTube for a second. And Twitch, because both of them are my babies. Hey, you just came in just in time, Kaiju. I'm about to talk about boundaries. I will be editing down this VOD, so if things seem like a bit jumbled, I'll be editing it down, putting it into a more streamlined video for other people to just find whenever. But yeah. First things first, I have a few updates on stuff such as boundaries. Originally, within my boundaries, within my, like, big debut thing, I was like, hey, don't ship me with anyone other than my at-the-time partner. This has changed. You will find out why. This has changed. For I am no longer with that person. Before anybody assumes anything, no, things did not end in some sort of love affair. Things ended amicably. This was something that was kind of a long time coming. And secondly, this will only affect what I do moving forward. And I will, like, again, this is probably the only time I will ever mention a relationship online ever again. Like, it's the sort of stuff that when I was going into this relationship, I thought that it would last for a really long time. I'm a bit of a fantastical idiot, one may say. But that doesn't mean that, like, I'll keep it a complete secret in the future. If any future partners wishes to be open about it on my channel, it's fine. Otherwise, me and my previous partner are no longer together, and so the boundary involving me being shipped with literally anyone else does not apply anymore. Other things. I have an entire notepad, just to make sure. Other thing to note, and this is a big one, I don't have a job anymore. Due to a lot of medical issues that my work very much did not appreciate, I am out of a job. And this is now my solitary income. This is something I've been scared to talk about because I've always been in the balance. of everything. Originally, I ignored most of my medical issues because, well, it'll sort itself out eventually. I'm a tough man. I don't need to complain about that stuff. And then I realized it wasn't going away. Like at all. Like at all. And it started affecting not only my performance when working, but my performance as a person, like my mental health. It started affecting a lot of things. As a result, I was kind of fired. Like, half fired, half quit. I originally was going to quit. They fired me before I could. I was gonna make things amicable. They didn't. Like, man, I wonder if my performance being low is going to affect how I have this job. So you're fired. Oh. I laugh about it now. I was very upset about it at the time. But that's just kind of how it is. Customer service, customer service specifically is the only thing that you'll learn about me in that previous job. It tends to be very brutal to people because they want people to be essential workers forever. I can laugh about it now. I was crying before. I was so upset before. Customer service does suck. Yes, you agree with me. We both, me and you, random chatter. We both agree. I say random chatter. Other things. My notes. My flips through paper. My notes. Things that kept me from saying this before. This is my personal stuff. And so, literally me talking about any of this is a one-time thing. I might make a short about this, but this is quite literally the only time that I will ever go anywhere near in-depth about anything involving my personal life. Anybody that pushes, anybody that presses, no. Nuh-uh. Not allowed to know. That's my life, not yours. you get it. But that's all of the personal junk out of the way. All of that out of the way. There are some big changes that I want to make to the channel in general. Just a lot of changes that I want to make. Not only on the Twitch side, but on the YouTube side. And I know, Twitch, you're gonna get upset with me, and YouTube too. You're both gonna get upset at me because I mentioned both of you at the same time, yada yada. Suck it up, my stream. But I'm going to be changing a bit of how I do my content, and what kind of content that I produce. Part of that is going to be that I'm going to stray away from streaming gaming stuff, since most of the stuff that I game with is, children's games. I don't want to be known as the guy that does 18+ content and streams children's games. I know that both are not mutually exclusive, in that somebody that has a preferred 18+ audience can still stream games for younger people. But I've decided that for my content specifically, that I will not be playing any more, Roblox or, those sorts of games on my channel. The closest you will get is, teen games that mention some pretty heavy stuff. That's it. Stuff like, In Stars and Time is on the table, or, Inscription. Those are good. I'll be able to better cater my content towards the 18+ audience. versus what I was doing before, which was trying to strike this stupid middle that was not actually able to be properly categorized and was kind of a pitfall before. So I'm going to be going fully into, yes, I am an 18 plus creator. I shall say fuck, shit, ass, and all that. Perhaps we shall talk different things depending on the quality. I am technically I'm going to keep streaming, but I'm sure people have recognized, I'm probably not going to be too focused on it. I know that might be a little upsetting in a sense, but I can't handle it. I can't. Me talking like this, doing just chatting streams, and even just me relaxing can be very stressful. People don't seem to realize that it is. Part of the main reasons why it's stressful is nobody comes around to talk often. Like, yes, I have a chatter with me now. Hello, Kaiju. But otherwise, it's very empty. Talking to a wall, talking to myself, does not help much. When I said that my mental health had been waning a little bit, I mean it. It's why I sometimes avoid streaming completely. There's also the fact that I don't have the same motivation to do streaming when I do this other kind of content that I will be getting into. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, everything in between and into outer space, in the ocean, anywhere. What is changing, and what content do I wish to do? I wish to go into audio format, to voice act, to do scripts, to do the equivalents of ASMR boyfriend stuff, but it's not ASMR boyfriend stuff, but like audio RP. There's a big audience for that sort of stuff, and I want to see what I can do with it. I like talking to the camera. I don't like talking to an audience that is there with me as I talk, not unless it's friends. But I like doing the recording thing. I've done a few audios, actually, to friends, and they were like, yo, you should totally cash in on it. And I was just like, you mean it? You mean it? Apparently, I just got that voice. I got that voice. I think it's just because I can do just somewhat deep, just like, hello there, how's it going? Sorry, I'm not a Star Wars character, goddammit. I've never even watched the series. Where? I do got a good voice. Thank you. Thank you. People are gonna start thinking that you're my stunt double. Alright. Oh, I clicked on the wrong tab. My main motivation to go into audio content, and some of the reason why I didn't do this before, is because I didn't think I could do it. There is a lot of anxiety for me just putting my voice out there in the first place, for a completely non-related group of reasons to things I have mentioned before. And some of that stuff, maybe I'll talk about it one day, maybe I won't. But it's not stuff I wish to talk about now. But the stuff that I can talk about, and the big main reason for me, is because I want to explore creatively what I can do. I, for reasons that will not be disclosed, have done voice acting work before. I quit at the time, but I really enjoyed my time doing it when I was doing it. I have done voice acting, I have done, like, mimicry. Mimicry was more of an unprofessional thing anyway, but when I when I get myself to a microphone and see how people react to the things that I say, the things that I do, I swear to you, a light goes off. It makes me so happy to do that. And so that's the main motivator, is that I feel like that would be my creative drive. The thing that I actually want to do. The thing that kept me from doing so beforehand was literally just a lack of confidence and major anxiety. Sometimes it's something that clicks with you more than anything else. Yes, you get me. Like, I like playing video games. I don't want to do that as a job. As seen from the fact that I can't talk to a room very well, I can't entertain on the spot very well. I like having a script that I can, like, somewhat bounce off of. Like, of course I'm not gonna go word for word. There's gonna be improv in there. But, like, I feel a lot more confident when I can actually read the words that I can say, read what I'm about to do. Plus, there are some things that feel a lot better once I have it in recording. Meanwhile, a lot of the time when I live streamed, I would be like, alright, that's it, that's all I need to do, and I would stop there. I barely know anything about video editing, but I do know a lot about vocal editing, and I love going into it. Everyone has their own thing, their own clique. I believe you mean their own, creative pursuit, or, like, their own passion. There are a lot of things that I just don't believe I would have been able to do well beforehand, and my biggest regret is not going for it immediately. I very much regret not going for the route that I actually wanted to, versus what made me, quote, safe and comfortable. Safe and comfortable is good until the well runs dry. Until you're sitting there like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I don't have money for most of this stuff. What do I do? And then you're just sitting, staring at a wall, wondering why you haven't done anything for the past month, and wondering if everyone's upset at you about it. It's bad. It's bad. It's not an environment I wish to encourage in myself, and not an environment that I think anybody should be in, really. It's not healthy. You cannot be a healthy boy if you do not work on yourself. That's probably the best that I'm probably gonna, like, be able to describe it, really. A lot of things stem from anxiety when I do this change into audio content. A lot of things stem from anxiety because that's what kept me from doing it in the first place. That's what I'm meaning to say. But now that I am gonna be going into that sort of thing, I get to tell you guys some stuff as well. Because, let's just say I've been doing some writing. Like a lot of writing. Because besides art, I love writing lore. Capital sparkle DM, like TM lore for characters and worlds and all that stuff. No matter if it makes complete sense or not, it don't matter to me. It feels better to, like, it feels way better to know that I like writing. And I think part of what I'm going to say now may help you guys just a wee bit. Okay. Because I have to find les documents that I have in LibreOffice. I like writing. I like a lot of things. If I can even find the thing that I'm looking for. Probably deleted it now that I'm thinking about it. Shit. Which is a shame. Aha! I found it. Okay. So, you know my guy, you know my ghost. Hi, I am very happy to be here. Now, like my Sona and everything. He has his own lore and world that I wish to explore with the audio RP stuff. With basically character audios. Think of it as literally a story podcast. It's the stuff that I want to do. Thank you for the hydration. It helps a lot that I really like writing. And part of this will mention some capitalist aspects that while I was writing this, I didn't realize it would somewhat come true in a sense. I didn't realize what future I was writing. and you'll be like, you'll be able to figure it out as I say it, because I'm only explaining some of it. I wish to have an urban fantasy where, like, you know, fantasy creatures are real, hybrids are real, they didn't come from, like, animals doing freaky shit, they came from people doing magic shit, and magic and science are literally intertwined. It's, in fact, in this reality, I kind of have equations that I still need to work out that literally have the unknown factor of literally anything science has being able to be influenced by magic to get yourself a specific outcome. Right. Another part of this is a slight future, fantasy unfiction sort of deal. I don't know how else to describe it. Because what I have is a healing dystopia. Around the time that, like, tech started getting introduced and started getting the bubble of, like, corporate greed, capitalism, all that, I realized something. As I was writing the corporate bubble that all this was going down, I realized I was writing about the AI bubble. I was writing about the AI bubble. So I didn't realize I didn't realize until it literally was pointed out by someone else. I'm kind of upset I didn't realize it sooner, but hey, it happens. It just how the ball roll. Because it's literally tech companies getting way too greedy, getting way too in your face with advertisements, tracking people's locations, information to sell, all that. But this is a bit of a, this is why I call it unfiction. The divergence from non-fiction to fiction, in a sense. I believe that's what that means. It's usually a horror genre, but that's not what this is. My water. Now, this is the part where I mention some deeper shit that if people are not willing to hear about, like, violent terrorist shit, that is something that I will be mentioning here. So like, you can skip this part. Before you skip, you get the general consensus that, in response to tech companies, very extreme groups in my world started doing really bad things that resulted in a lot of casualties, and eventually started the uprising of kicked out vintage that will define the entirety of my series. Okay? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Now that those guys have skipped, here's what's gonna happen. A big tech group started doing this thing where they started selling data, putting it into a data center, sort of like AI would, and literally used it for pattern recognition of people and to better track the locations of people to, better advertise. This is important because some very big extremist groups did not like this in the slightest. Very much did not like this. And as a result, started learning ways to hack tech. And initially it was a shutdown operation. If you don't have access to your stuff, then that means you'll stop. But one person took it a bit too far and started defining the movement. Somebody started exploding technology in order to hurt people, in order to make a big reputation that big tech just wants people gone. Just wants sales numbers, that sort of thing. And I say this, and you'll find out why I say this specifically when it comes to the lore that you're gonna never be introduced to. Within this world, these extremists very much did not like technology. And by the time that they stopped going for justice, they started going into, going for as many people as possible just to make sure that tech isn't used anymore. Like, more current tech isn't used anymore. And within this story, there is a lot of events, cities, villages, everything. Anywhere that had major technology, one day there was a, quote, war against tech that was an attack on, that was supposed to be an attack on big tech, but some of the members made bigger. Way, way bigger. And started getting it into cities, into homes, into bare bones technology, all except for antiques, or like vintage products that didn't have that proper coding. Because they were on a completely different database. They were on a completely different, like, code language. And not what they were targeting. After everything explodes, quite literally, and thousands of casualties, people decided, fuck that, we're just gonna kick out old tech. We're gonna learn how to make old tech into better versions of new tech. This was mainly just so that way people that had, like, disabilities could still have, like roller chairs, people that had, like, big shit that they needed handled by technology initially, or things that made it smoother, were able to be handled much better by tech that they created for this specific purpose, that also is mainly encoded by magic. Like, magic. I'm also renaming the stream. Alright. Okay. So. I said that at the same time as the song. Okay. A part of the big tech company stuff started losing funding. Some went completely bankrupt. Some, redirected into a completely different direction in order to save their own hide, into making old technology but new, and those also ended in explosions. It was not fun for a lot of people. Other things that started happening is vintage core, quote-unquote, started becoming the most popular thing due to the fact that it was the safest thing that people could use in this world. Once all that got settled, all the terrorist stuff started settling into nothing. Like, something to be cautious of, but not something that would affect your day-to-day. People started, actually making smaller communities. And that is where my Sona is. For after they died, for unspecified purposes, they started a cafe at one of these small towns that were trying to repopulate old cities. And this is why my Sona owns a cafe, in order to be one of many that is starting to rebuild humanity, or not even just humanity, starting to rekindle living spaces, make things safe again, make things for the people, in essentially a golden era of magic technology that is very safe for now. Like, of course, you're always gonna have your thieves, your bad things in the world, all that. But it's something that people have more of a willingness to stop, and more of a willingness to genuinely just not do nothing about. People actually want to do something. People actually want to volunteer in this world. By the way, to the people before that I was like, yo, skip this part. This is the part where I'm like, yo, come back. Because we're not talking about the good shit. We're talking about the good stuff. Alright. Now that I've gotten that down. There is only there's only a few main issues with this world that I've created. And that's, because of the fact that so many explosions happened, it's sort of a, nature overcoming old kingdom sort of thing, and makes stuff like skyscrapers into the equivalent of Greek temples. Like Greek temples to the, Romans or to the medieval era. Sorry, drink a water. Let me actually decorate the little frog pond real fast, cause I like putting stuff. Yeah. Let's go. I like putting stuff down. Butterfly, kitty, and then we just clayfish. There we go. Now that we have that going for those guys. So. And now that I've explained all that stuff, now we explain some things about Rain, my character, my boy, my baby, who I'm actually going to put onto stream for you guys. I'm going to put him up for you, if I can. Hold up, because I'm pretty sure I have... Yes! I have his image. Because this is my goat. This is my guy. This thing right here. This is my Sona. This thing that I wiggle around, he is my Sona. There are a few things you should know about him. He looks human. He is dead. Like, me right now as the little ghost, I'm gonna upgrade this into a PNG tuber eventually. I commissioned somebody a while back for one. I don't know if that's still going through, but it's fine. I get updates. Otherwise, things to note about him. I'm probably gonna change some of his design. Because you may notice there is little things on his arms. Like the pink stuff on his arms. Those were supposed to be bottom surgery scars. And if you don't know, for bottom surgery, you need to take skin from a specific area and put it down below. And the most likely places to be used are the stomach, the arms, the thighs, or basically anywhere that has a lot of fat on it. Other things that you can do is you can get top surgery and bottom surgery at the exact same time and use, like, in very specific cases, I want to note this is in very specific cases, be able to use top surgery, like skin and fat, in order to make the stuff for down there. This happens for not only women, but men as well, or even people that are intersex. So before anybody says anything about, oh, I'm feeding, shut up. I'm trans, I'm allowed to talk about experiences of trans people. Blah. Also, this is from my research and my understanding. If anything that I say is outdated, I am not a medical professional. I have done the research that I believe is somewhat accurate. Other things that I'm probably gonna change is I'm probably gonna take out the little fire in his thing, because it just sort of looks weird. I was gonna have it relate to the amulet in the back, because you see this amulet billboard in the back. But, like, oh, nope. We're moving image. But that doesn't work out anymore. I'm probably gonna change the lore thing in the back. Oh, that's right. I can explain that now. Oh my god. I can explain the thing. With the guy. The frogs are gonna be covered up for a second as I explain the board. Now, the interesting thing about the white board. The amulet is some sort of amulet of non-permanent resurrection that I have recreated to be the tattoo upon my guy. Now I need to go into studio mode real fast in order to to do something. In order to make sure that I don't accidentally flash people. Because I know this way is a better way of doing it than anything else. Me when I look for my images that should be readily available. Nope, not in my journal. Frick. I suppose it is in my journal. Shoot. Doot. Aha! I found it. I found the thing. Okay. We're gonna be able to show off the thing in a moment. The thing. Okay. This is going to be showing off top scars and tattoo scars. So if you guys have anything to say about that, fuck you. Okay? Alright. Thing to note about him is that his top surgery scars, everything, those aren't aligned. But his tattoo is supposed to be similar to the amulet. However, it is just a basic pentacle. His tattoo is supposed to symbolize him consuming the amulet to become a sort of phantom, a spirit that can touch things, but like can be human-ish. But I'm gonna delete that because if I show that for too much longer, it's probably gonna get censored, or something's gonna yell at me. But that is the full tattoo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the tattoo to better match the amulet, and I'm probably going to do something where I have a mesh top, or the tattoo is a lot more visible than what it is now for the Sona. Like, I want to make sure that I'm actually doing the thing like I'm supposed to do and not being a weenie. Alright. Now let's put the Sona picture away. I'm also going to change the aberosexual flag in the back of my room thing here, as well as a few color changes, like refreshing the place up a bit. I may stream it, since it's art, not game. And that's probably a lot more comfortable to do. Though, as you can tell, I'm probably starting to lack ideas of things to, like, talk about all that. Alright. So, I know it's below an hour, but I believe just having a shorter stream to make sure that I can better edit down this specific stream and make sure that I'm actually doing the thing is gonna be for the better. But, okay. A friendly reminder. The frogs down here is made by somebody called Char. Yes, you see the Char. You can download this on itch.io. You'll just need to look Frog Pond, and it should be a little desktop pet thing that you can have. There's a bunch of frogs, a bunch of little guys that appear at specific times, And you can either grind for them all, as I have, or you can just have it sit there as a desktop pet, sort of like what Kanito Pet is based off of, except it's not a horror thing, and it's cute. It's so cute. It makes little noises, little ambient sounds for the things you collect. You can get a bunch of shiny stones for each frog that you have here. Just make sure you keep out your flowers when you get out your stuff, or else you won't be able to attract any frogs. A reminder that I am on multiple different platforms. I will be putting my link tree into the chat on both ends to make sure that everybody knows where my socials are. I do a lot more posting on Blue Sky, though I don't promise that I'll post every day. Just enough. Just enough. This has been a much-needed stream to make. And in the meantime, I will be seeing you all when I do the Sona introduction. Hopefully I'll have it done. And I do mean hopefully. By mid to late November this month. If it is not done by then, it means I took way too long on the assets. People are free to yell at me. With all that said and done, I believe I'll be seeing you all next time. Bye-bye, guys! Bye-bye, bye-bye! Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.